What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. Doing okay. Had to work today. That sucks. But, oh well. At least you're making money. It's going to get noisy. I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay, we had to get that set up. So we're just waiting for the audio check to come through. Apparently, I'm a little bit behind here. Man, that light is bright. Can I change it to... Ah! Is that a little better? Yeah, a little natural. A little bit. Get this out of there before the noisy part happened. And then we'll put that over that, and that should be good. Okay. Let's see what the light does. I can see the camera's adjusting. Good enough. Okay, it's going to have to be, because it's too late to change it now. What's up, Jiggy? How you doing, buddy? So yes, here we are. Once again, I don't do clickbait titles. I never want to. I think that's a real douchebag move, and that's a quick and easy way to get me to stop watching your channel is to promise something in the title or say something in the title when it's not true. And I wondered when I typed the title out for this one if it was clickbait, because once you get to a certain point, it's just practicing dangerous. I mean, obviously, if you just stand outside for long enough, you're going to die, but same thing on Earth, I mean, I could go outside in my own yard and do that if I wanted to. Might take much longer, but once you're able to manage things, kind of get a basic understanding, it's not so it's not so dangerous. Just got to keep your wits about you. So we are 1 week on our new server here, Solution Bull, and as I said, I'm very meh about this server. Let's talk about the good points. All my friends are here, so it's nice to be back with the group and have people to do stuff with. Being all by myself, even though that's how I spent most of the beginning of this game, I guess I got kind of used to having peeps around, and it was nice. So yeah, it's really nice to be back with the friends and being able to do some of the activities that I either can't or don't want to do by myself, like higher level dungeons. I just don't have the patience for that crap. But so that's the main thing. That's the thing. And if you're not in a guild and you don't have friends, you should find some. You really should. It changes the way the game's played. And yeah, make some friends. Find some friends. Be okay. So that's that. And then you know what? I could end it right there. Just that makes it good enough to be here. Just having everybody around. The map's the same, I mean, the missions are the same. It's not like these Masquerade are any different than the ones I was used to. But the big problem I have with this server is the game chat. I don't know if it's because I'm older, and I am up there. I'll admit that. But man, I don't have the patience for some of this stuff. There are a couple people on this server who just lack the ability to shut the hell up. And they never stop talking. Ever. I mean, my children are all grown. I have 2 daughters as well. So I know what it can be like. And yeah, it's just, they just don't ever shut up. It wouldn't be so bad if there was any value to what they're saying, but it's just not. It's just constant babbling and babbling and babbling and insulting people and talking about how great they are and everything. They are very PvP oriented people, and they think very highly of themselves. That much is obvious. The issue is, I mean, if somebody asks a question in chat, I'm happy to answer. If somebody's looking for help and I'm not doing anything, sure, I can help you out. And just also the guild talking. So the only way I could stop from hearing dingleberries is shutting the chat off so I don't have to see it. And it does get distracting, especially when they start going and going. Some real life information for you, some advice. If you're around a person who just never stops talking, the other thing they're incapable of doing is listening. It's the same part of your brain. It's called the Broca. Broca network's responsible for thoughts and or for speech and language and interpretation, and it can only do one thing at a time. It's in your left part of your brain, but yeah, it can only do one thing. It can either make you talk or make you listen. So if they never shut up, they ain't listening to you either. So don't even bother talking to them. And that's what these jackoffs are doing here, and that gets to me. I try not to let it get to me, but it gets to me. But I try not to. Enough whinging. Um, Otherwise, it's pretty much just any kind of server. The deep desert's way more active. I used to make content on solo farming out in the big spice fields. We ain't doing that because we're going to get tacked. We do that. PvP area is still open, but there's a lot of players on this server, and if you're not ready and see the spice bloom happen in front of you, chances are there's already somebody there getting it. So, but that's okay. I don't mind that so much. Way of the game. I fixed my base. I had these things weren't quite right. The one on both sides was the wrong one, and it was sitting lower, and I would notice it every time I came in here. But I fixed it, so yay. What do we have to go on today? We've got, unfortunately, this looks no better than. Well, I mean, at least the Hargos took one, so congrats, guys. I wish you'd get more. I'm not blaming them, but it's what it is. But um, I got 12. I was able to knock this down pretty far. I was so excited that I got it actually down to single digits. That hadn't happened in a while. It's just a backlog and doing other stuffs and terrible things. So, yep, we got that. Our skill specializations as they stand 46, 28, 51, 63, and 14. And I mentioned in the description that we're going to have a new priority. And that priority is combat. We want combat high. Reason being is, obviously combat gives you a bonus to your damage as well as a bonus to damage mitigation. That's what damage you take in return. So in any way, shape, or form, that's great. If you can do more damage than you're doing by a percentage increase, and if you take less damage than you're normally taking, they're both wins. The issue and the reason why I'm going to focus so heavily on that is while there's still a lot of good crafting stuff, I have the luxury of having people in my guild who are much higher at this than I am. So if I really want the super awesome item durability, right now I got plus 46%. There's people in my group that are like plus 70 and stuff like that. So, and they are very kind and are willing to make things for you. They usually just pop on over. The way this works is the person crafting is what assigns the stats. So if they come over to your base and use your materials and your machine to make something, and then they just dawdle out the door without grabbing it, you can pick that up and it's going to have the stats that they gave to it, even though they never touched it other than pushing buttons on your machine. So that's really cool. Another good reason to be in a guild is because let's say you don't really want to fight that much and you're not interested in doing the PvP stuff and things like that, and you want to focus more on exploration or focus on crafting and stuff like that, you can. And you'll be valuable and you'll be helping the team, incredibly helping the team. So I got most of the good stuff here. I mean, there still is good stuff to have, but it's high enough level to where I'm doing all right in my own right. Happy Easter, Jay. Happy Easter to you. Same thing, Jakey. I saw that but didn't answer it. Yes, it is Easter weekend. If you celebrate such a thing, then hooray. I'm not a particularly religious individual, so I'm going to go see family tomorrow, which is good. And probably going to eat some ham. Nothing against religion, but man, my holiday is Thanksgiving. Oh, Thanksgiving makes me makes me excited just thinking about it. It's so far away from us right now, though. Oh my goodness. Um, if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, it's just you make a big feast. You make turkey and mashed potatoes and gravy. I know I could do that at any given moment, but I prefer not to because it kind of keeps the thing special. But if you are a person in a religious family or religious yourself, then this is a very important weekend for you. Friday was the beginning of it, and now Sunday is the culmination. But so happy Easter to you if you are. I know we have somewhat of a global audience. There's a big push in my country, the United States, where they're saying like, "Oh, you can't say Merry Christmas, you can't say anything like that." Um, and that's BS. You can say whatever you want, but they're kind of mixing up the corporate America, wanting to cover all the bases as cheaply as possible. That's why it says Happy Holidays, because they don't want to make a Christmas cup and they don't want to make a Christmas cup and a Ramadan cup and this. It's corporations, dude. God. But it doesn't bother me if you're religious and if you celebrate it. Happy Easter. I mean, and I mean that too. I'm not just saying it. Just like the server just told me, enjoy my meal, and I say you too. Like it's not just a dead response, but it's already used a mechanic. Yep, I know. I heard about that, Jiggy. You're the crafter. Not religious self, but any day off from work is a good day to celebrate. That is true. Um, at least we could celebrate the holidays. I think people are just looking for reasons to complain. So, anywho, yeah, I did okay with crafting. Um, gathering, gathering is kind of interesting. There's a lot of good things here. I don't know if it's pet fur or something. I don't do cocaine, I promise. I probably just got myself in trouble. Oh, I'm sorry, YouTube. Ain't like I ever, man, never been in trouble with the law before. Um, actually, I really haven't. Pretty lame. Um, a lot of these things are like bonus yields, and yeah, it's nice to get more of what you're doing, but it's pretty easy to get enough. I mean, an extra 5%. It's 5%, but it's not critical. Exploration's got some critical stuff in it. Little hidden things that people don't even know. So vehicle boost, heat reduction. I was kind of like, oh, okay. The only thing that really excited me was the pack mule and the volume increases, and they are awesome in themselves. Excuse me. The heat reduction, I was like, that don't really cause me a problem. But until I started getting it, I didn't realize um, how important this actually is. I try to avoid sandstorms as much as possible, and fuel cells are cheap to make, so who cares. Um, crash ships and buried treasure, loot increase. It only matters if you do them. I don't ever really survey stuff. Uh, the scanning didn't do anything. The recovery cost is good, but I try not to need to use my recoveries. It happens, though. Dude, this right here is critical. Holy cow. Especially if you're going to get yourself into a scrappy situation, you need to get away real quick. And it's vehicle speed, not ornithopter. It's vehicle speed. So, whoosh. Um, heat dissipation kind of works with the heat generation, so it takes longer for heat problems. And then you get rid of heat even faster. So this was really a surprise. Dispenser power drain is great. Exploration is just great. I can't say that enough. In case you didn't know, I'm a big fan of exploration. Fog of War, okay. Um, This one, when I saw it, I was like, increases the amount of loot in loot containers. Ooh, yippee. Naz is good too. Um, yeah, I'll go up to a crate and find all sorts of great things in it and be like, oh, cool, look at this. And at first I was like, oh, they increased the loot in play. No, it's me. I did it. Um, the only time I ever climb is when I accidentally hit a wall. Again, evade the storm damage, but you get the idea. Which is why you'll see I'm already at 51, very close behind combat. I'm going to skip combat because we're going to talk mostly about it, but I still haven't found a reason to do sabotage. If somebody else knows it, let me know. I know there is stuff here. Landsraad bribe, okay, I get that, and contributor, this would be nice, and extra house scripts. I remember at first I was really adamant about getting that first one because it's like, oh, I could get 5% extra. Now I don't use the ones I got. Headhunter's great unless you're using the skill I am, where you're center massing it. Explosive barrel damage. I don't know if I've ever actually purposefully done that, Dealt by exploding barrels. I know they've done it to me a bunch of times. Fire boss, I'm looking at you guys, that dungeon. But yeah, I don't really do much in that. The spice must flow. So that worth holding on to all my sand to level crafting then. Happens every 3-4 order on high levels. You can get plus 90. Yeah. Yeah, the increase. Hey Christopher. The machine increases, like the yields, they're actually really good. I have never, in any game I've played, I've never been a fan of percentages when they talk about bonuses. Like, ooh, 30% chance of a bonus. I'm like, I hate, because I don't feel like a game ever really does just pure math. Pure math doesn't mean that out of 100 times, 30 is going to be it because you had a 30%, but you should be around 30, If it's 25, you just got unlucky. If it's 35, you were a hero. Technically, it could happen 100%. You could get 100 out of 100, but the more you do it, the closer to the actual percentage you should be. So if you do it 10 times, it might be 2, it might be 5. But if you do it 100 times, it's probably going to be closer to 30. If you do it 1,000 times, it's going to be real close to 300. So, but game companies and devs always seem to complicate that math far too much, and doesn't seem to kind of be the way it is. But in Dune, from my experience, the percentages are pretty close, and the amount of times these bonus type things start happening. This is a 2.5%, ain't much, but when you have stuff that's a little bigger, it does seem to be working well. So they completely dropped the ball on the math in dungeons, but at least in skills, the math is still holding pretty strong. But yeah, if you could find a reason for me to do sabotage, I'm pretty sure that these 4 will be at 100, and then we'll go to 15. Sorry, yeah. And that brings us to combat. So why am I focusing so heavily on combat? Well, at first I was like, I don't really do PvP that often. I'm not against it, but I don't really do it. So I wasn't going to focus on it. But it's not just PvP combat, it's PvE combat as well. And this trait is going to be huge if you're going to start doing those dungeons. Because when the boss gets 1,000% bonus to his health, you having a 50 or 63% bonus to your own damage is going to help you out. If you go in there without it, so it's really limiting. There's nothing in Haga that can stand against me. They're not supposed to, so don't get me wrong. But, I haven't said that, but I should go into one of the higher tier testing stations and see. But, yeah, with grade 4 or 5 gear, some augments, 63% bonus. It's terrible. It's like I skipped all the side quests to finish the main story, and now I'm going back through. But the reason that I want to focus so much on this is the server I'm in, at least, and maybe you are as well, is really starting to. It's becoming apparent that PvP is going to be on the menu. Most of the people who watch my content, know me, or play with me, know that I'm not big on PvP. It's Dune PvP that I'm not real big on. I've said it before, and I'm not going to keep saying it. It's janky and senseless. Those are my two big issues with this. They could get me on board if they started doing a KD ratio and a ranking position. Then I'd be a little more interested. But right now, it's just, you know, why am I doing this? Why am I doing any of this? But yeah. But we're going to have to start doing it because my deep desert is not safe. So there we are. And the dungeons are going to need this type of thing. So we're going to be focusing incredibly heavy on combat specializations so that we could raise these numbers so that in the event that we get into a scrap out in the deep desert, we can hold our own. And so that when we do the dungeons, we could be more effective and have an easier time of getting through those. And that actually is kind of this is sensible. If you're a kind of player where you're like, I'm not going to do PvP and the dungeons, I'm all right, I really want to do crafting, go for it. Do whatever the hell you want, Get to where you want to be and live the dream. Eventually, combat's going to come into play as you need to get better gear, unless you can, there is the route of going through gathering and collecting materials, selling them on the market. Here's something that I wish they could do. Like, all right, let's just do some hypotheticals. If I'm here at level 46 and I make a set of ornithopter wings, it's going to get a durability of 46% increase. So the durability is going to be, 146. Let's say somebody who is twice what I am. In this case, that would be 92. They're going to have a 92% benefit. And that's a lot. But yet in the market, there's no way to tell the difference. Because somebody else with a higher crafting score is making a better set of wings than I am. And there's no way to differentiate that. Same thing with gear, and it kind of gets rid of the market. I'm so close to having my market video done. It's been a week. It's been a weird week. It's going to be a weird week next week too. Not as bad as this one, but so I will get those done. It hurts the channel when I don't, so it hurts me. It makes me feel sad, and I know you guys get mad too. But I wish the market had a way to do that. I say that because in the market video I'm doing, I bring that up. Okay, so yeah, but you just pick what you want to do. Whatever you want to do. I would suggest exploration and combat because this makes some of these fights that you're going to get into with the dungeon bosses and the higher level NPCs a lot better. And exploration just has a ton of great stuff in it. So do these. Tell me why I should do it. But I digress. I want to talk about something else about this Landsraad because they don't really cover it. Or if they do, I never saw it. I'm at the point where my big draw on this is to make sure that, all these turn green instead of red. It doesn't seem to be an issue here, but in your server it might be different. But, I want the team to win so that we can get whatever the cool thing is down here. This week it's going to be weapon imports, armor imports, and in honor of the fallen. But here you could go buy weapons. This honestly doesn't have much value anymore because we're all getting graded weapons and these things are all non, so it's kind of like the same thing with armor. It's non-graded armor, like cool. I mean, at least this is some melee damage. I like stabbing things. But in here with each of these, my main focus is to put points towards things that haven't been claimed because if they're They're claimed I can't make it any more green than it is, and I can't take the red one and make it green. So I will push a house until we win it or the other guys do. And then I move on to the next one that we could use or want. And that also helps keep my team up top here. So team player. But we eventually get to a point where I need to start being a little selfish, and you should as well. What kind of things do you want to go after when you're doing this? So when you look at this house, actually, let's look at one that we could get, right? Okay, so here we go. House Moritani. It's combat. We want to do combat missions to get our combat skill up. So that's cool. Okay, 10,000 Solari for the first 700 points. You do one mission, you're going to get that. I don't need it, but, you know, money's money. I like money. Bonus points if you know what that's from. Syndicate boots. There was a time where I really wanted that because I wanted to get every armor set. Now I've got them sitting in a chest that I don't ever use. And they would be coming to you ungraded, so there are better options out there. So it's not as big of a deal. 50 irradiated cores. You're going to use that for certain building, certain items. Are you going to need enough of them? Like, I don't even know what irradiated cores go for. I'm sorry. Whatever it is, I don't use it because I got a crap ton of them. I collect a lot of stuff, but do you need irradiated cores or not? Collapsible Dew Reaper. I couldn't tell you last time I pulled water from flowers, so this doesn't affect me, but that is a good one. If you want to be able to collect water, awesome. And then finally, you got the placeable SWAT, so you can change the color of the stuff in your base, like boxes and machines and vehicles. So you want to look at this and say, is there anything on there that I want? Is there anything on there that's going to help me? If you don't have a lot of Solari, I have like 127 million, so hooray. 10,000 Solari is nice, just for doing what you're supposed to be doing. So that's good. Do I need syndicate boots? Do I need irradiated cores? And you want to look at each one of these things and see these. Now, I want to point out one here. House Mutelli. It's sabotage, but we're close to winning that. That would give us points. That would be great. Again, 10,000 Solari, awesome. Jolt knife, it's going to be ungraded. I have better stuff already. Atmospheric filtered fabric. It is a material, but I don't really need a ton of it. But hey, whatever. A Bloodshot Buggy Engine Mark 6. So, couple things. Number one, I see Mark 6, I'm automatically happy because that's the best you can get at this time. A Bloodshot Buggy Engine, in case you didn't know, is a little bit slower than a standard Mark 6 buggy engine, but it has faster acceleration. So that really depends on what you're doing with the buggy. Most of the time, your buggy is going to be stop and go. So having faster acceleration is cool. But it's not like we do a whole lot of stop and going versus longer stretches. The only time you'd really need full acceleration or a higher higher top speed would be if you're running across open sand and you got to get away from the worm, or you're running away from people because they're shooting at you. And to be honest, you can minimize those pretty easily. You know, if you're not in a PvP section, no one's going to be shooting at you. And there's not too many times that you're crossing a lot of open sand. It could depend on where your base is and where you're going. So having faster acceleration stop and go is a benefit. So here, for 10,500 points, you can get a Mark 6 engine. So even though, if I, like, say nobody else is playing right now, I'll have to do 7 missions in order to steal this house for my team. So I'll be at 7,000. I'm only 3,000, well, 4,000 because I got to go away from getting that. It's a good thing to pursue, even though you've already won it. Anytime you see a vehicle piece, let's see if we can find another one. I know there's something else in here somewhere. Okay, here's a great one that I've done nothing for. So the first one, 10,000, 10K Solari, whatever. Taro cut array. That's a great cut array. That's a really good one. Even if you're tier 6 Plastanium super dude, that's still good because some of the bonuses are higher than what your standard Mark 6 will. Some of them are lower. It really can depend on what you're doing in your days. But yeah, that's a great one. And it's only 3,500. Sweet. Plasteel composite blade parts. If you're going to be making some tier 6 or legendary, the purple weapons, you're going to need those. Then you have a Walker Sandcrawler engine Mark 6. While that may not be something that you need, that's helpful for the guild. If your guild's got some sandcrawlers. I don't think there's any guild out there that if they had a member who didn't have a sandcrawler and said, hey guys, I got this pattern or I got the schematic for a Mark 6 Walker sand engine. Do you want it? I'm pretty sure they're going to say yeah. It's a faster motor. It's a faster engine, so you get a better top speed. Thing is, though, you kind of limit your speed by whether or not you're crossing a pattern twice or the spice sand twice. You have to go a little slow in order to completely vacuum it up in a single pass. So what it helps with, though, is when you get worm sign and you got to haul ass to get out of there and get away or get closer to your pickup. But if you're doubling over your same track, having a Walker sand engine is awesome. Other things to look for would be your wow, we hit it right away. 10,500 for hummingbird wings. Those are for your assault. And there's also albatross wings, and they basically both are going to make you either go faster or maneuver better, sacrificing whichever one they don't benefit. So if you can move faster, you're going to be less maneuverable. If you're more maneuverable, you're going to be going a little slower. And that's very situational, but vehicle parts are always great to have. So another thing you could look for. Do you need a Hajira Leader John Mark V? Probably not. Irradiated cores? Okay. Fluid efficient industrial pumps? But you want to look for any kind of vehicle parts are definitely going to help you or your guild. Another thing to look for is the compact compactor. Although this week in the deep desert, if you go out there, that's one of the schematics that drops out of the cave. So they're pretty easy to get. Before I knew that, I was using the Landsraad to make sure I had a good stash of compact compactors. I have too many now. I gotta start giving them to my guildmates. Fine Pickers triple shot rifle, whatever. I mean, it can be good. But yeah, you just want to look and see anytime you can get tools or vehicle parts, it's worth the investment. Even if you just get them once and then see and be like, you know what, I really don't like this bloodshot buggy motor. I'd rather go faster than accelerate faster. It's at least a lesson, but it's good to have. Your first priority should always be winning this. We pretty much won this. In fact, I guarantee you we've won this. We won this a long time ago, actually. The reason I say that is there's two ways to win. Either get a straight line. As you can see, we can't get this one. We can get here. We could get this. There's quite a few. They call that a sissel rad because it's the Landsraad. But if you get 5 in a row or 5 diagonally, then you automatically win. Harkonnen can't do that because we own something in every single line, which means they can't get 5. So the only way they can beat us is by this number. And as you can see, 1 versus 26, it's just not in the cards. So we won now. So to be honest, it's only a matter of voting power if we want to keep that high. But usually the people on the teams work well together, the people in charge. But now we can afford to be a little bit selfish. I need to put points into this because I need 2 more combat missions in order to get the compact compactor, and then I can choose something else. There wasn't anything in the other combats that I was too excited about. So that kind of blows. If that's the case, there's really not much you can do about it because you want to have the points to go into your XP. So but you could also put points elsewhere. Where's the other one I've got that's real high? Not 1,000. Man, there's nothing in there. It's too exciting. I got one at 5,000. I guess a Valari still suit mask. I have several. I think there was one that... There it is.
Alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
This was because I was doing so many combat missions, and I was putting it towards the voting power and the position for my guild. I don't want any of this stuff. I have all that. I have the Nova Bronze, the Perforator and Jolt Sword. While they're great, they're going to be ungraded. They're not going to help me. I do runs into the Sentinel so often that I don't need heavy caliber compressors. I've got all that stuff, and money's whatever. Normally I would say, since I'm at 9,000 and I only need 2 missions, that I should put something into that, but it doesn't matter. I wouldn't mind getting this. I have some of them. Wouldn't mind getting another one. I was hoping that there was a set of albatross wings in this, but unfortunately we saw fit not to do that.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
So it's not on the board this time. I always look for those. Ornithopter wings are always great. The hummingbirds, I really don't do much in my assault, but maybe, but it's 10,500 on a Saturday. We got a long way to go. My issue with the missions is you cannot choose whether to use your mission tokens or not. Do you mean whether or not you claim it as XP points for a skill tree? Is that what you mean, Jiggy? Oh, okay, Jig, check this out, man. Always a sandstorm. Okay, so I need to do combat stuff, right? So we're gonna go spring a trap. There are 2 missions in combat that are in the Blushing Cavern. There is a chance that if we cancel this mission, that'll make it go away and reset it. And we can re-roll it and possibly get another, but there are other ones that are hiding in here. If we're lucky, we'll get the other Blushing Cavern. Ready? And we're not lucky, because this one is the one that is on the Broodworks. We might throw an exploration in there. If I can, I'd like to get this done, get that second one, and then we might do 3 missions here. But I'm going to accept just this one alone. Boo-doop-boo-boo, and... Sorry, teammates, we already won. But, yep, I got to do points here. I need 2 missions in Emoda. And the reason I'm doing that is because I need 2 missions to get another compact compactor that I technically don't need. But let's do this. And we're going to head out to the overland map. Just stretching our wings and having fun here. Hey, look, the House Emoda thing stuck with me. If that ever happens, you should be able to just open up your Landsraad and look at somebody else, and it should go away, and then when you close it, it should be gone. I'm not sure what makes it happen. No, I don't care. I don't care enough to investigate it. Alright, so we're going to go to the Broodworks. confirm. One thing I learned, I got a little stuck in my ways and my skills. So I used to have the sugar wire on there, and I had the knee charge, and I used to really like using the knee charge to initiate like a suspensor jump. And while it still did work, that was actually a mistake, man. Sugar wire gets you way more oomph. You could cover incredible distances using the sugar wire instead of knee charge. Although knee charge is still fun to shot somebody. Okay, so I want to show something here. If we, nope, I don't do that. If we do this, this is how. Oh, cancel. Stop. hand. Here you'll see I got 9,000 points. We already lost this, so those points are going to nothing, but they will up my. I love how I point at the screen like you guys can see it. I'm so stupid. It will go towards my Landsraad contribution. So we're going to do something here. I am going to hit that, hit this, and then we're going to do some Superman flying. This is quite faster and a lot more stable than the knee charge. I don't care about those guys. I do hurt myself more though, because come flying down, break them ankles. But so far it's been okay. And now that you're dead, jump down here. Whoa, you think I don't want to let it go. Where's the flamethrower? There it is. Alright. I've never done it here. Might as well, though. It's usually not that big of a deal, but... Oh, that is nicer, actually. Ugh! Bastard survived. And I hit the ceiling when I came out of there. It was not a good transition. Also, I used to like knee charge and aim for this, and it worked out pretty well. But now with the sugar wire, we can just to the ground, and then we aim for up top there. We're actually getting way more. I've actually made it all the way up before, depending on which way you aim. So yeah, sugar wire for the win. I don't care what's in that box. Go do the alarm. Ooh, that's a drill shot. Dropped right in front of that one. Yep, coming on in. Bye. Half the time I make it in here and things go really well. That was one of them. It didn't take long at all. Okay, so this mission's been completed, right? I got 27 seconds. So here, let's see, that refreshed. He's gonna have to refresh again. Come on. So we haven't gotten credit for the mission itself yet, right? But we can view the mission report. And if I'm not mistaken, we just got credit for it right now. But if I don't claim these points, then I don't use it. And I'll still be at 12. Let's see what happens. Why not, right? Nope. Well done, you're up. Blah, blah, blah. Yep. All right. So I guess we have to, huh? What happens if you just? I don't even know whatever happened to that. I need this, so I'm not going to. But yeah, I guess you're right, Jake. I guess we have to. That's what I've been doing. I just assumed it was, but thought, you know what? Now's a great time to test. So yeah, you got to use your. Yep, got to claim it to get the points. There they are. So we got one more of those. Let's see if it was nice. I don't know what we got rid of. I'm not on camera, so I can't get in trouble for the middle finger I just threw. All right, well, we'll just do this. And again, I got to put it there in order to get my reward. So we're going to be good. I'll go ahead and do an exploration in there. Because it's not... There's still stuff in exploration I want. Going to make my vehicle much better and all that. Yeah, it's forcing you to use them as long as you have them. That's just terrible. I don't like being forced to do anything. Yeah, that's not the bad one. I gotta check. I don't think I've done any explorations, have I? There's one in each column, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. So you just got to figure out which one. I have done none there. I've done none there. Done none there. And the Sandcrawler engine would be nice, but I can't see myself doing 11 missions. I mean, I have that many, but I'm going to pour as many points into combat as I can. And I already have several of these, so I'm okay to lose it. I guess it'll be more voting power, so we'll go ahead and do that. Whoa, crazy sounds. Alright, time to go to the Blushing Cavern. I haven't gone back to this place since the first day. It's a shame. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a little, at least for me, it was, and of course there is the exploration factor. I feel like it takes a little bit longer time. And the last thing I want to do in this game is spend more time doing Landsraad missions. No offense, Funcom. It's just for a certain point, you know. Camp down all the way up to the landing platform up top, yeah. I slept on Shigawire. I used to just hit people in the face with it. Very rarely did I use it for the jump, which is a mistake. Let me make the mistakes for you. Shigawire all the time. So these two missions kind of overlap to a certain point. I wish there was a map where you could do, because there is no map for this area, so. But we have to go up here. That's where Cassian is, and then we go kill Leon. But we also have to go up here in order to figure out where the little dude is, and he's laying over here. And then we have to go down into that cave. So we're going to go up here, kill the one group of bandits, grab the thing so that it identifies the dude. Then we're going to go over, finish off that whole mission, switch out the guns. Then we'll go over here, find Happy Boy, go down in the hole, and get the little things. And there might be a good chance that by the time we get back here and clear those missions off, that then it will give us the one for the communication tower things. We could just take it right here. We'll have to see though. No, we're actually gonna be doing some snipping. Okay. Almost missed that shot because I started thinking about it way too much. Like I said, the more you think about a sniper shot, the more likely you are to miss it. How are you still alive, dude? How is this guy alive? That's what I hit him with. See, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fall down. I know I'm bodying him, but still. Is there a melee douchebag somewhere? Okay, here's the thing. It starts up the Opify thing, but we're going to go someplace else.
Who's that?
I always have a snarky comment, but we have refrained. What is going on here, man? Why are these guys so... So this is the one where I've got to go up and activate those things. This was still the right move. But I should... No, actually it wasn't the right move. I should have done the communications and then done it. I'm like, why? What is going on? Now it makes more sense. That is why things weren't the way they were supposed to be. I thought I was going to hit that light. Well, that's not good, huh? The only time we climb, folks. We'll just do it the difficult way. It's fine. I thought I was actually lined up really well and then just went right over top like an idiot. This actually works out really nice. Because we do this and then we just go right over to the Mentat guy and then we go down into the little hole. Whoa, we almost did it again. Come up here and crouch. And I always seem to set myself on fire, even though the explosion's gone, because, I don't know, whatever. I got a little bit of heat stroke going on, but there are worse things in life. Let's go see a Mentat body. So this does actually create a bit of a problem for us, folks. And that problem is the fact that we went up and killed those people in the first camp. We can't just accept that next mission because they won't be there. Because we already killed them. And their items won't be there either. Not too long about that shot. See if we can do better. I've done this mission a lot, and there's times where I'll come in here and that guy I just killed is like Superman. I'll have to put like 4 or 5 rounds into him. I don't know if it's a an issue where maybe I'm hitting, it's showing hit markers, but dude takes like 4 shots before he finally does go down. To the head, too. Yeah, okay. Ow. Guy's a spit dart. You got a double shot. Nicely done, dude. I mean, I still killed you, but crap. Never got a shot off. Cool. I've done this mission too many times. I have to do like a personal embargo here pretty soon and just not take it. Now the shame is I really want to get that combat skill up, and these missions are part of it. Kind of thinking maybe I wasted my double XP weekends, you know. I mean, I got other skills and they're serving me well, but no word on another one coming. Door, thanks. Oh, look, here's stuff from somebody else's game. They apparently didn't want the cobalt paste. Can't blame them. There we go. Anything in here worth anything? We'll take it. Don't need that stuff. I think I will follow suit because I don't need... Well, it's not that heavy. I haven't gotten to the point, because I just started really doing it, to where I can sugar wire my way out of these areas. Well, I guess I kind of can. No, I can't. Yeah, I can. It was clumsy, but you know what? We're up here. All that matters. Not like anybody's watching. You guys are shit. Ooh, I said bad words. Oh, we're an hour in. I can say stuff like that. Look at us at 64. Awesome. All right, which one did it give us now? Just won't let go. You know what, though? I never turn away a chance to go to the Taiki. This is the best, in my opinion, the best overland location out of all of them. It's just phenomenal. Oh wait, I finished that, didn't I? Look at that, 11,000. So now we'll go back to putting points in here just because it makes this number go up and makes us look better. So, more tiny, heart of the matter. Let's do it. Do it. And I don't need another perforator. And I have the Nova Brom swatch, so we're fine. Always carry a radiation suit, my friends. I never used to carry the things that I need. I have left my hand scanner back at home because I was doing stuff out in the deep desert and I didn't want to destroy it in case I lost it. But I never carried that that thing around. And I also would never carry around a radiation suit. I always left it in the bases. Nah, bring that sucker along, man. Close, and let's do this. I don't know if like that's obviously not a person and stuff, but I think sometimes they can see it. I wonder if they see this. I hope they do. Put a lot of effort into this. The things I do for the community. Oh man, Pellucidar. I miss the old stomping grounds. It is interesting to go to different servers. If you're free to do that, you're not part of a guild, but you should be. But if you're not part of a guild and you have the option to bounce around, go for it, you know? You'll meet new and interesting people. Some will be helpful, some will be annoying. I can cancel this because there's another reason why the Wreck of the Tyche is so awesome. So, of course, you have the irradiated slag. So this opens up the option of doing these missions to get these things done. And you're also getting that resource, the irradiated slag, in order to make spice-infused power fuel cells to run a spice fuel generator. So you're getting 1,000. I use them now. I didn't used to because you had to go around like Shoal, and sometimes it would be in shipwrecks, but that again is inconsistent. I really prefer guaranteed, go here, get this. Maybe the quantity is different, but that will be there. But the Wreck of the Tyche has so many of these. In almost every chest you're going to get some. And they got some other good stuff. Once you open up the loot chest option where it gives you more stuffs, because it's a shipwreck, I get a ton of plasteel plates. That used to be an issue. You could only get them in these shipwrecks out in the deep desert, so you'd have to go into a PvP section in the deep desert and risk it all for a biscuit, but you could get it. Oh boy, look, the loudmouths are on. Great. There is another reason to come here, and from the landing spot, so you can see, look at the tarp covered thopter. Wrong button. If you take I guess you see where it is, you know, and you're looking at that to the right over here. Look at this patch of fiber, man, plant fiber. Holy cow, there's so much over there. A little bit right there, but yeah, look at that big patch, and it does have the same respawns as it does back in Haga and out in the deep desert. So if you go over there and collect it, you can grab it and then fill up. The only problem is that we don't have access to the thopter storage, so you're only allowed to fill up whatever backpack stuff you have, but we're going to go hit that on the way out. I'll drop a theorite crystals if I have to. Let's go with some sword work. This work in the air? Oh, it does. Look at that. Superhero landing.
Identify yourself.
Superman.
Get them.
Where's your friend? There's always two people here. Okay. So yeah, these chests for me, a couple spare items, got some irradiated slag, but I usually will excuse me, score myself some Plasteel plates. We'll get another couple chests and we'll see what happens.
Shield on. I need help.
Oh, I'm on Bindu Sprint. That's horrible. Uh-oh. Damn it. Just ran myself through into a whole new area. I used to be on Weirding Step, but I switched it. And forgot. That's okay. All I gotta do is kill enough of these dingles and it'll open the doors again. Excuse me. Not yet, huh? Where are you at? There we go. Okay, here's a chest. See? That is awesome. I have gotten so much plasteel plates coming to this area. Makes me very happy. That was a problem that I was noticing because I started making some gear and I was like, whoa, I need to get more of these. I was like, oh man, I have to go out to the ships. Which I did, but it was dangerous here. Not even remotely dangerous. Well, it is because there's bad guys and there's radiation, but there's worse things. And if I can get materials that I need while doing these, even more. 8 more. Hi. Look at this guy. Oh, this one's good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I've had enough. I did a good deflect and still... Oh. Still paid the price for it. I know I'm critically injured. Ooh! That was one of the hardest, man. You were awesome. I'm gonna take your stuff. That was awesome. Look how I'm almost dead. I don't even have healing open. Got it put to me. I gotta say, that was fun. Oh, you came down? Okay. Let's see. I should have killed all these guys, and I haven't left the area, so they'll be back. They will not be back. I'm sorry, but they will be back when I go up here and click on the button. Now it is time to... It's amazing how that one stupid Bindu sprint thing really threw me off. Okay, I'm going to push this. And now those two consoles up there are going to work. Up and over. Up and in, I guess. Alright, once I click these, there's more bad guys, but we're just going to run past them. Ooh. Somebody's spry. Normal situation, I would have 3 of these missions in here going. We just knock all 3 of them out. I used to come out with a lot more materials, but we don't do that so much anymore. Now that we're focusing specifically on a skill tree. Yeah, so look at them all. The good thing is that it's also in the, and come over here and the radiation decreases, so you're not actually going to get killed. You're still out in the sun. As you can see, I got none of the plant fibers on me. So we'll go ahead and we'll take out everything that's in here. Gotta be careful because you get too excited, you'll pick up some granite stone, then you gotta throw it away. They shooting through the building at me? Hi. $390 plant fiber. And that's not even why I'm here, you know? So, that dude is shooting at me. So we can come over here, get ourselves out of the sun, let's drink some water. It's shooting. And if we wait just like 45 seconds or so, all those plants come back. That guy's trying. I'm gonna have to go back in there and kill him. Why am I in the sun again? So this just makes the taiki even better. I can get a bunch of plasteel plates, I can get a bunch of irradiated slag, and I can get a bunch of plant fiber. It's good for filters and fabrics and clothing and making pretty things to put in your base. That dude will not stop shooting at me, brother. That is dedication. Oh, those are back. Here they come. Boop, ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. That's where I got stuck on the dirt. We'll go get another 390 and then we'll head out of here. Give it a wide berth since we get stuck. There's that right there. But yeah, I liked this place before. 780. I'll take it. I'll take it. But alas, we must go. Be back in Haga Base and that guy's still going to be sniping at me. Ba-doop. Cancel. At least it's quick, right? Down to 8. That's good. We'll be down to 7 here shortly. Close. Before you leave, make sure to change your clothes. Because you can't do it while you're in the air. It's just annoying to do it once you land. When I land, I like to be like, boom, let's do this. I'm gonna come out of there with a stack and a half plant fibers every time, just for coming here. Glorious. Sure. I heard rumor that it takes so long to get into these things because of this is their way of dealing with the issue of being able to go in as like a 4-man team in a dungeon, like the testing stations. And when the guy starts it, it'll be like one, but then you can join his team, and then you'll be in a group of four with like one person's worth of ads and basing it off of. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I've heard. Don't quote me on that, but it is possible. I noticed today when I was logging in. Well, I didn't notice it today. I've noticed it actually for a while now. But yeah, we are burning through the shader loading at the very beginning of the game. I used to have to, like, I'd turn the game on and then I'd go make dinner and then we could eat dinner and then watch a movie and do all sorts of stuff. And then I would come back and it was finally loading in. No, that guy was so close. Oh, he had dreams. I'm sorry, I just can't be bothered to kill all of you guys. Oh, I forgot the two-step process. And let's go in backwards so we're super slow at it. Wow, I have virtually no shield. Good thing I did that correctly. God, man. Why are they so angry? We so worried about not hitting it that we hit it way too soon. Not gonna lie, man. I'm actually getting kind of tired of the Broodworks. And if I'm gonna focus on combat missions, I can't be tired of this place because we're gonna be here all the damn time. Great. Getting to the point where I'm gonna start hearing that alarm sound in my sleep. I do this all the time. I'll run in here and we'll go straight for this guy, and then sometimes it just really ends up going poorly for me. Like right now, it's going to go poorly. Oh, I can't believe it. I thought the melee dudes were going to come running in, but they didn't. And then with the alarm going off, there's another flamethrower dude, and nope, there's that guy. That actually went really well. Normally, that's just a cluster. But I do it every time because I want to get it perfect, and that was really nice. Would have been nicer if I could have killed the commander there in one shot. I know. I know. I know. Broke my ankles on that one. The higher you get, the more XP it takes to increase this. And, oh, man, that kills me to come in here and be like, oh, 64. It's basically 64 and a half. And we're really far away from 65. I mean, at least we did get one level. But, yeah, we do another one. It's not going to be enough. If we do two, it's not going to be enough. You get 125 per. That'd be 250. That would, yeah. So we got to do 3 missions just to finish off. Gets rough, man. And that's just going to be a regular one. It's not even going to be a bonus one. But hey, we're about to get some more stamina, which is always good. Can't complain about that. What do you think opened up? That's the first time I've seen it. This was kind of what we're looking for. This is the real easy one by turning in the desert. I can't believe I canceled Grave of the Fireflies just so it would come back up. That's terrible. I mean, I guess we'll do it. That's why we're here. I mean, this takes a little longer. I can knock this thing out quick, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, is to get this stuff done quick. The quicker, the better. Maybe I'll arrange a run in here for actual gear, and we can click on this. Two birds with one stone, so to speak. We're down to 7. This will get us down to 6. And honestly, it'll give me something to do tomorrow. Again, or Monday. But also, that was a huge thing when I realized that you don't have to get that all the way empty. They don't like disappear. It's not like a weekly reset. So if I don't do these, like say I don't play tomorrow at all, we just take the day off, then I'll be at, well, I'm going to get this one done, but so I'll be at 11. And then Monday, it'll jump up to 16 because I can do math. On Tuesday, after the Coriolis storm resets everything, I'll still have those points. In fact, it'll just add the 5 for Tuesday on there. As long as you're not at 31, I mean, it's only going to go to 35. So as long as you're 30 or lower, doesn't matter if it crosses over the week. So that was really nice. I remember one Sunday I logged in and did like 20 of these things because didn't want to lose them and didn't even realize that you can't lose them unless you get too close to 35. But anywho, we gotta go. That's not good. After the stream, I gotta go to the store. Oh, I hear somebody knocking. Hold on. Didn't think it was you. Hop up there. Go ahead. Hop up. No, that's my chair, dude. Hey. You gotta come over here. There you go. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'll say hi to everybody. Oh, your breath is terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go kill people. I'm just watching it. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. Jingle, jingle, jingle. There is a way to glitch this to where it continuously gives you the same mission over and over again. Which, yes, I could understand wanting to do that because it's a time thing, so you could just stay here and keep selecting the mission and going and doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. But man... I don't understand why these body shots are not... I mean, obviously, if I want to fix that, I just need to shoot them in the head, but still. Sometimes it's better just do that wing shot. Stop focusing on it so hard. Oh, you never got a shot off. What are you doing up there? Ugh. Thanks. You know, I usually will stand up here and snipe these guys a little bit, but I think we're just gonna get in there. Huzzah! Oh, there's 2 melees. Maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Come on, guys. Pair up. Alright, I've had enough of you already. I think that one got through. I'm trying to parry. We at least got the parry off, but fortunately. Can't time it out. I'm just gonna do that. You're making me look bad, dude. Why are these guys constantly going up things?
Kill them all.
Which will work first, your fire or my poison? Neither. I very rarely kill the 2 guys in those towers. I kill that one because I come up on him, but the other guys never play a part. So, it's either going to send us to the Taiki or it's going to give us the other Flushing Caverns mission. We'll see which one it does. Place your bets. Yep. That's numbers not going to go up with the next one we do either. And the winner is... Okay. We're okay. As long as you're fairly close. Yep. I have been using... I have been using this to just catch them as they're coming in so often that the actual parry, not as good as I need to be with that. But the heavy parry works incredibly well. I guess if they ever make it so the enemies don't just run headlong at you. Yeah. Although that one in the Taiki, man, that girl was throwing down. She was blocking everything I was doing. I don't know how much more of this I can handle. I think after this one, we're going to go back to Haga, drop the stuff off in the dump box, and then we're going to head back out to the deep desert because we still want to make that route, getting that plastanium dust. I have been producing the crap out of some equipment in preparations, and it's taking a lot. It's almost like as soon as I get it, the plastanium dust just goes away. Guy's gonna die in the sun standing out there like that. Kill the sandfly, Sergeant. Okay, I guess I will. Wouldn't mind getting this one on repeat, to where like every time I ran out there, it restarted. Because this takes no time. Uh-oh. You gonna set us on fire? Oh, I thought I got away. Alright, no stop, drop, and roll for us, folks. That had to look awesome for these guys to see some flaming dude flying across the sky. That might be why I wasn't taking any fire. Oh, we did good with this one. We're gonna curveball it. I screwed the landing up, otherwise it'd have been perfect. It was totally on me because it was right there.
Reveal yourself. What's that?
That was just because I heard the drill shots and didn't want to mess around with them. Alright, let's see if we can do this again. We're going to try to just run directly in there and get this guy killed and be out before anybody else has a chance to respond. Alright, well, uh-oh. Come on. Come on, dude.
I see someone.
Yeah, that was... Oh! That was good until we ping-pong balled off of everything in there. Now I have no forward momentum whatsoever. And we took a drill shot to the butt, so... It was going really well. Alright, we're back on track. Oh, almost. So... I mean, 3,000, so we're almost at syndicate boots that I don't care to get. But big thing here is we're down to 5, so that's a pretty good night. We were at 12, so we got 7 missions knocked out at one shot. I can still do a little bit more, but it's boring the shit out of me right now, so. Said another bad word. You get an email from YouTube. Saying bad words and bad things. Hey, what's up, Silent? How are you doing, man? How are things over in Odin? Oh. I am fully engulfed in the thrilling world of Landsraad tasks. Well, I hope that's going away. It is. It's very choppy because of the sandstorm. I can't broadcast. I can't stream in 4K. Just don't have the upload speed to support it. But man, you add that into the mix with a sandstorm. It's terrible. All right, that's good enough, right? Yep. See that? Oh, oh. Just taking the peaks. It's hard to do to land on the wall that way. I have failed that many a time. I think we got it down. That's Baron. It's always his fault. Ever seen to dive into a sandstorm? Winds over 800 kilometers. Okay. You can enter. I know. I'm sorry. I was having a total me moment right there. I was looking at this. I've never come at these guys from this direction. Quite a substantial rocky outcropping, isn't it? So we're just doing a quick cave run. Ow, ow, ow. It's yanking my head out. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, we know it's Baron's fault. We know. What I'm doing here. Well, I would like to grab that plastanium. I'm not going to because I think... Oh, I'm an idiot. I have plenty of room because I have an entire... No, I don't. I've got thrusters, so I don't have a scout copter. Okay, never mind. I'm not an idiot. I am an idiot, but I'm not for the reason I thought I was. Oh, I didn't want to grab that, but I did. Great. 9. Oh, I didn't want that. We're going to have to drop that. That is heavy, but no, it's fine. I don't want it. Puh. Puh. We got to make a quick stop before we move on. Are we done? Talking to myself, by the way. Remembered to turn it off myself this time so it doesn't have to shut itself down. We're winning. Winning the battle of the heads. Speaking of being thirsty, huh? You know, technically the deep desert is a map full of nothing. I usually am very critical of games when they create huge maps and huge areas like this, and then they don't put anything in it. So they're like, oh, it's one of the largest maps in multiplayer or MMO history or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but there ain't nothing in it, guys. Like, that's cool you made a giant map, but there's nothing in it. For some reason, I guess because of the lore, not so hard on Funcom for this. I mean, you see these rock formations replicating themselves all over the place. I've actually seen, where they've done the same rock formation within sight of that rock formation. And that's a bit sloppy, but yeah, because there's nothing here. There could be, though. I guess that's the big benefit, huh? A little tiny base. Man, we nosedived the hell out of that. That's going to be hard to explain. Where'd all the paint go? Okay, let's not take the useless stuff this time. 11, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not taking Desert Carp. I'm sorry. I have so many of those and I just keep throwing them out. So we're going to leave that one in there. Ooh, hit our heads. God. Oh my. Just hit the ground, dude. Just hit the ground. And weird little chirpy noises. I don't know where that was coming from. I gotta make a stop in here and steal stuff. It's not really stealing stuff. I think I have enough room for these. Yes, I did. Cool. That way I don't get yelled at for leaving junk. Alright, let's do a quick map check. And let's see. We want to go here. It's just a smaller one, right? Yeah, I don't think the fancy stuff's in this. We're gonna go find out, though. I'm pretty sure this is a smaller one. Look out for the bats.
Someone's here. need reinforcements.
Got that one snuck in right right under him. I don't care. I guess whatever. This one I think has.
Reveal yourself. We got incoming.
Yeah, just needs you to go away, please. Yeah, this one's just a small regular one. There's usually, like, if it's a fancy place, there'll be a chest in there, but it's not a fancy place. A fancy place means it has a constellation chest, which has the stuff in it we're looking for. But I just figured I'd check it out before we go away. I was fairly certain. Oh, look at that. It's just happened. Do a quick flyby, see if somebody's there already. It's PvE zone, so we can't do anything about it, but see what's happening. Nice little medium field. Somebody's either already here, or is this just the silly graphics thing? Uncertain. We are not here for spice. There's spice. Oh, we went too low. It makes flying a lot easier, but I miss the days where sticking your nose up in the air slowed you down. It made sense. It just felt right. I don't know. I don't know. Another bad thing is with the heat reductions and stuff. I don't even care if I overheat. I used to. It used to be a big deal. I'd be like, oh no. Now it's just like, whatever, dude. So in my stream on Wednesday, we came out here because I was saying this is a good run for solos, and I still stand behind that, but I did this with just basic Regis equipment. Again, I can't get rid of my combat skill bonus, but then I came back throughout the week geared up with my normal stuff here that I'm running. It's so much nicer. And I'm coming through here now with, I think, a 1% increase to my damage, so yeah, quite a few beacons. Oh, I saw somebody. There you are. I don't think she's dead, though. Is now. Nice, making sure they both fell down. Alright, reload. Thank you for just standing there for me. Over here. If you remember from that other stream, or from the last stream I was doing, it took a little while with the Regis guns to get through. Finally, we get a big guy. Hi. Uncalled for and unprofessional on my part. We do what we can do, though. I'll come in here and there's a chest over here. Sometimes there's just nothing. Like, there's nothing in this room. And I'm like, why am I even here? Well, I shouldn't say nothing. Obviously, the purple band is in there, but... Well, that's a surprise. Pack rat, but still. One of the easiest testing station formats or layouts that the game has to offer, and I'm pulling some level 5 schematic things. That's so funny because it's such a change of difficulties to where I'm going to need to use those things, you know, the stuff I got to do in order to use level 5 pattern schematics compared to what I'm doing here. Oy. What do we get? We got a dart for every man. You know, it's very strange. I really don't believe I've ever gotten one of those. Let's take a look. I might have. We'll go to research in here, plastanium. Yes, okay. I just recently got a dart for every man, believe it or not. 11, that's a good one. There's certain things I just can't get. I can't get shotguns to save my life in this game. Literally. I mean, yeah. Sure. Sure. I went a long time before a dart for every man. That's why I thought I still hadn't gotten one. How carefree I am. I even have my backup tool on me, and I could have backed this up, but... And then finally we're coming here. Oh no, we're going over there. Sorry. And this will be the final of the 4 places to get plastanium dust. How did we do? We did pretty well, I think. 31, and we still got one more. We'll probably get crap out of this one. So I'm gonna say we're gonna finish with like 36. I think I'll get 5. I'll probably get 4, but I'm gonna say 5. And we'll definitely be able to do this a couple more times before the Coriolis storm takes it all away. Well, I mean, it's Saturday, so we've got basically... What am I doing? Why do I look like this? Make it stop. You don't think I know how this game intends to screw me? What do you think I'm kidding? I don't get shotgun patterns? It knows. We know each other. We know each other. We'll stay off the wall this time. And I'm gonna say not a lot of nothing but open ground. I don't know what I hit. Hit and run. So that little run got us 36. I'll probably spend that as soon as I get back. So yeah, unfortunately we're going through it, but we got a couple more runs before this setup goes away. So there is that at least. Plastanium dust is one of those materials that is held stable. I've needed it ever since the first time I needed it. It has been there the whole time, and I've never gotten it in quantities enough to where I could be lackadaisical about it. I spent a couple, like 1 week. It was real crappy out in the deep, so I stayed on the shield wall and just hyper fixated on plastanium. And just filled up 4 boxes of that stuff, and I still have tons. And we also focused heavy 1 week on spice, filled up a medium box full of melange, and I've been living off that for weeks and weeks and weeks. But plastanium dust, always in need. So whenever I can get it. I mean, I'm 36 is good for hitting 4 spots. You know, it's an average of 9 because math. And maybe I should do the dungeon difficulty levels. Okay, I'm just being childish now. But yeah, 9 per 4 stops, and it took nothing. It was like 15 minutes at the most. So I really can't complain. It's that respawn time that kills me. So I got to go do something else. Probably would have been smarter to do that first thing and then go do all the Landsraad missions. But we can't always be smart. Even if you know me really well, my style, and the way I do things, you would still be very surprised at how much footage I have of buzzing those doors on that base. It is alarming how much footage I have doing that. Just saying. It's a pastime. The box is starting to get awful full, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good thing and a bad. Oh, I don't want to do that. Wow, we got full. I didn't even realize. Really got to do more dungeons. Not much. At least we got a full spread of everything, so it's not too bad. Been using this higher echelon stuff. I think I got to go get these. Not sure. But it is far too late to make things like that. So we are going to call it here. Just an average everyday day here in Arrakis, the most dangerous planet in the universe, where I run around without a care in the world and smash into things and drink tons of water and have a bunch of water on me. Yep. So we'll be back on Monday. I have a Monday coming up. Not this one and not the next one, but the one after that. I'll get as it gets closer. I'll tell you, but I will not be streaming. Got a family event coming up, so that's like the 22nd. So it's a bit of ways, but try to give you as much advance notice as possible. But yeah, otherwise we're gonna be on Monday again, seeing what kind of trouble we can get into. We'll of course be doing some more Landsraad missions. Yes, it's awesome. That is so awesome. And dungeons always drop blast dust from level 1s. Darkness and radius, they have good ungraded drops. Dispenser belts and necks. You know what's funny, Lee? I need the accelerated power pack. I don't have that. I didn't get that one yet. Which is surprising because I've done the dark station a bunch. I don't do the radiation one, but I've done it a few times, but not very often. So maybe I should be doing that. I don't have either one of those accelerated, and I think they both come from that. It's all the way down here. Yeah, this is the accelerated power pack, and that's the accelerated shield thing, and I don't have either one of them. I don't have the little pills that you get from the poison boss either. Run that a bunch of times, just done that. I think it's their way to keep me playing, you know, and make me have to do stuff over and over and over again. Imagine that. But yep, so we're gonna call it here. We hit our 2-hour mark. Went a little bit over, but that's okay. We grumbled about our server. Not so much the server, but just a couple dingleberries that I'm too old to put up with. There's somebody here. Shoo. Shoo. Is he trying to steal stuffs? I think I know who that was. But anyway. But yeah, so we definitely have some dungeons that we need to get running. I'm hoping that this increased combat will help with that. It's just annoying the crap out of me that how many times I gotta stab or shoot these people and they can just one-shot me in return. The combat skills, increasing my own damage, and then also doing the damage mitigation to help me on that will definitely help. But it also is good to be back with the group because that way we can do them in bigger groups and we start pulling some nicer gear and get some of these things that we need. My gameplay is down. I don't know if you could see this. This happened the other day. I had a nice 1.5-inch long cut right in the palm of my hand. It's making life terrible. But it hurts right now from all the key moving, even though I'm not doing a whole hell of a lot. But anyway, yes, we're going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Got a cat wanting to get in here, but he's not going to. I definitely appreciate it. And as always, I will see you out there. So like, subscribe, and share. Helps the channel. We're growing every day. I got to mention, sorry I gave you my sign-off line, and now I'm yapping even more. I got to mention on Dune Awakening in the Facebook page. I can't respond because they think when I try to create a Facebook page for my channel, they keep saying I'm a robot, and then I message them, and they fix it. And then I try to re-register it, and I'd be like, oh, you don't meet our terms of service, and we don't think you're a real person. I'm like, I just contacted you guys. So, piss off, sucker. But yeah, I did get a mention from somebody I don't know. So that was cool to see. It's like, oh, look at me. But yeah, those things all help. So anyway, I'm babbling and I'm tired and I have to go to the grocery store. Before they close at 10, I've got roughly 2 hours. So of course we'll screw around here in the game until we have like a half hour and then be like, oh, and then run real quick. But anyway, thank you for watching. Definitely appreciate it. And as always, I will see you out there. Take care.